Hey you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen, aka Caked by Baby K, and today we're going to be doing a cut crease tutorial slash tips and tricks video. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I'm going to be using one Fresco, and I'm just going to be taking that on a fluffy blending brush and just laying down this shadow as a base for the transition color. So I'm just sweeping it back and forth in windshield wiper motions across my crease and then rounding it out as it gets towards the end of my eye. Next, I'm going to be taking the shade Antique Bronze and doing the exact same thing, taking on the same brush and then applying it in the same space. This is just going to be creating more depth in the crease and just adding more color. So same thing, you're going to want to do windshield wiper motions in your crease. If you guys don't know where your crease is, you can always tilt your head back and feel where your brow bone is. So that socket right there, it's going to be your crease. And here I'm just taking that first shade and layering it a little bit on top so it looks like a seamless blend. Next, we're going to be taking Love Letter from the palette, and then we're going to take that onto the same brush. Again, same motions, same area. We're just building up that gradient that we want for a nice and blended cut crease. Also forgot to mention, this is just a classic fluffy blending brush from Beige Cosmetics. I will link the webpage down below. Now I'm taking Venetian Red, and I'm going to be taking that on the same brush and again doing the same motions in the same area of my eye. So after this, we're going to be taking a CCBEO5 brush from City Color Cosmetics, as you can see here, and we're just going to take that same color and just pack it on more densely into the crease just to create a more deeper look with that color. This brush is very tightly packed with bristles and they're shorter, so it helps concentrate the color better. Along with this one's the Morphe E35 brush, so we're just taking that same color and again just concentrating the color even more to create a nice deep cut crease. Now I'm taking the shade Cypress Umber and deepening the crease even farther. So I'm taking that on the same Morphe E35 brush, and you can just see it creates a lot more depth in the crease. So that's going to look great with the contrast that we're going to be laying down in this next step with the concealer. Okay, so I lied. We're actually going to blend out more with Fresco. And I really don't know how to pronounce this shade name, but anyways, we're rolling with it. So as you can see, it's just kind of lightening up the shadow and then creating a nice gradient effect to make sure everything's all blended before we cut the crease. So now is my favorite part. We're finally going to create that contrast. So I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium, and I'm just taking it on this flat shader brush, and you're going to start cutting the crease ever so lightly and slightly. I like to start with the inner corner of my eye, and I just like to work my way onto my lid. You want to make sure you have enough product on the brush to make sure that it's not going to be really patchy, like you can kind of see it at the top. So you want to make sure you have enough product to make it smooth. To kind of put it in better terms, you can see I'm kind of struggling to fill out the lid space on my eye with the concealer. You want to make sure there's enough product on there so your brush just glides over your eyelid and it's not tugging really hard at the skin. So here you can see me rounding out the crease, and then we're going to create a nice wing instead of attaching it to the end of our eye. And now I'm just going back in to clean up any uneven edges. Again, sorry about the angles. I'm trying to get better at this, I promise. So you're going to want to fill in the rest of your lid space just to create a nice base for the next shadow we're going to put on. So here I'm just blending that out. You can also do this with your finger if you're scared that you have too much product on your eyelids. That's going to mix with your shadow. But I like to do it with the brush. And right now I'm taking a really small detail brush and I'm taking the darkest shade, which is Cypress Umber, and I'm just deepening that crease a little bit just to kind of smooth out the edges that we made a little bit jagged with our concealer. So here I'm doing that. So now we're just going to set the lid with Vermeer, which is just a really nice cool toned shimmery shade from this palette. As you can see, I'm just taking it onto my finger for the best pigmentation and just spreading it all throughout my lid. Next, we're going to go in with the same small detail brush, and we're just going to do the edges, just to get it nice and precise since my finger can't get all up in there. So next we're just going to complete the look with some winged liner. This is the matte liquid liner from NYX. This one's my favorite at the moment. It has a really fine tip, so it makes doing liquid liner, especially winged liquid liner, really easy. So I start on the lid of my eye, and I just do regular liner, as you can tell, and then I wing it out ever so slightly. I like to do a really light hand just because if you do a lighter hand, it's easier to kind of determine what wing shape you want, how long, how thick you want it to be, and then I'm just connecting it right there. Practice makes perfect. So there I'm just kind of filling it in and connecting the regular liner to my wing. So a trick that really helps me to do liquid liner is I like to concentrate all the product onto the base of the wing. Well, not really like the base, but like the bottom part where it's thicker, and where it starts to get thinner and pointier, like where I'm doing now, you're not going to want to have too much product on the wand. Otherwise, it's going to smear everywhere and it's going to be harder for you to make a more precise wing. And here I'm just thickening it out to the desired thickness, THICC, NESS. And now I'm just going in and cleaning up any fallout with a cotton pad and micellar water, and also just straightening the edge out of that wing, which is another great tip that you guys can utilize. It helps me a lot. So this is the finished look. I'm sorry, towards the end my camera battery died, so I didn't get the footage of me putting on the lashes, but these are in the style D312. That is the style. They're from Dodo Lashes. Here, I'll zoom you guys, or I'll come forward real quick. So you guys can see that they're wispier and they're shorter in length, so they're not too dramatic as the D309s, which I'm like absolutely obsessed with, but they're still pretty nice. Look at that. And the lash band is thicker, so I don't know how you guys feel about that, but they're pretty easy to put on. I don't really feel them on my eyelids, so that's really nice. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this video helped you guys achieve a better cut crease and you were able to learn something. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all that good, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!